Hey, what brought you to New York? I mean, you were doing the Godspell up there in Toronto, and you got to say, I mean, the cast was
I know. We're all still
SCTV,
best friends.
Saturday Night Live.
We were all still best friends now. Eugene Levy, Martin Short,
Yeah,
Andrea Martin, Victor Garber.
yeah,
I think I remember. Gilda Radner was in it.
yeah.
And Stephen Schwartz, the composer, just hired me up there. I was playing for a few people who were auditioning for him. And he said, I want to talk to that piano player. And he hired me for the show up there. And then he said, when this is over, I want to bring you into New York. And he did.
Oh, he's
play his show called The Magic Show.
Yeah.
With the late magician, Doug Henning.
Yeah.
And that was my first gig, 74.
How old were you then?
I was 24, going on 20.
And then Lorne Michael, who's Canadian, eventually he came in the city. And of course, he hired you.
Howard Shore was also Canadian. Howard, I had just worked with Howard before leaving Toronto, and Howard knew I was in town doing the Magic Show. So that's how I got that call for SNL.
And the SNL thing, you did some great acting bits. That's like you never acted before. It was like they just threw you in there and you did it.
I was dying to get on camera.
Yeah,
I'll admit it. And I did one little acting thing. Right. I left the SNL in the second season to come here to Hollywood and do a pilot for Norman Lear, who we just lost.
Yeah.
And Don Kirshner, the rock and publisher. A Monkees type of show for the 70s. We did a pilot. It didn't succeed. But that's when I worked with this guy, Don Kirshner.
Oh, yeah.
Who went on camera on his own in-concert show.
Yeah. I did the last one.
In showbiz. You did?
I think I did with Mellencamp, but I think it might have been the last one.
Wow, I bet you did. And he started introducing the bands. Yeah. I'm Don Kirshner. He was terrified and stiff.
Yeah.
And welcome to Rock Concert. Anyway, I did this once on SNL, and it was like a hit. I got to do it a couple of times, and even introduced Belushi and Aykroyd as the Blues Brothers doing this.
Yeah.
When John Belushi, you know.
Oh, you did like that?
Yeah.
Dude, you got to tell me, how did you, I mean, one of the greatest, it's got to be a highlight of acting, Artie Rifkin in Spinal Tap. Dude, that scene, I even watched it last night because I was dying. It was like one of the greatest.
You're referring to the Kick My Ass.
Yeah. No, you got to. You have to. Well, how did you get that part?
SNL, fifth year, a gentleman named Harry Shearer came in through the cast. Yeah. He and I still close friends. We wrote some things together on SNL and performed a little bit together too. And he was one of the Spinal Tap guys. He was the bass player, Derek Smalls, and the four.
Yeah.
They three of them with Rob Reiner wrote it together and everything. Yeah. And he just said, for the local promo guy in Detroit, I've got this guy, Paul Shaffer. I think he could do it. And Harry just pushed for me. He's funny, believe me, and he pushed for me and got me that part.
Wow.
And then I remember saying to Harry, I'd love to do it, Harry. I said, so you send me my lines? He says, you'll be making them up, sir. And I said, why didn't? And sure enough, that's the way it was done. There were scene outlines. Yeah. You'll walk into the room. You'll try to get the band to come get up in the morning to do an in-store, but there were no lines. You would just have to walk in and start talking, So I remember being outside the room. Now, who are the guys? There's Derek, Nigel, who are the names? And then I'm supposed to the record label, Sir Dennis. I had to learn all this stuff and then walk into, Nigel, great to see, and amazing.
You know what was great about it? It was like you totally nailed the record company A&R guy. I mean, so you had at least you were familiar with A&R guys.
And promo. This actually was like a promotion man on a local level.
Yeah.
I was hanging out in the early days of SNL with an actual promo guy, and I don't know whatever happened to him. His name was Jim Knapp, and he just having drinks with him and stuff. He hipped me to a lot of this jargon, promo jargon and stuff, and I could just use it. I had to make up my own stuff.
It was great. So
I used a lot of his stuff verbatim.
Now they're doing a sequel right now. Have you gotten any?
I got a call from Rob. Absolutely. I should say an email So if all goes well, I will be
Dude, they got it.
creating my cameo. And the idea, I mean, they're all a little bit older now.
Oh yeah, well,
I will be as well. What would this guy Artie Rifkin
yeah.
be doing now? I think they have an idea for that.